Hi, I am Anna. I come from www.ntvforex.com. Strong Chinese recovery continues. Analysis http ntvforex.com News ID 7979AF 9/15/2025 25:56 AM Market movers today. Today's highlight is the ZEW, which will give an early indication of the September PMIs next week. High-frequency data suggests that the euro recovery has continued in September but at a slower pace. ZEW expectations have already shown a stellar rebound in recent months, so a small setback here would not be surprising. More interesting will be whether the current situation assessment continues to head up. See Nordic section for Norway and Sweden market movers. The 60-second overview. German politics. The CDU party decided to choose Angela Merkel's successor as chancellor candidate on December 4. Who comes first as new CDU party leader will also have important implications for the 2021 federal election and Germany's future stance in fiscal and economic policies. Current frontrunner, North Rhine-Westphalia Premier Armin Laschet, is very much seen as a continuity candidate from Merkel's centrist course, while former caucus leader Friedrich Merz could steer the party more towards conservative policies. The third candidate, former Environment Minister Norbert Röttgen, is regarded as an outside bet. Japanese politics. The ruling Liberal Democratic Party elected PM Abe's successor yesterday. As expected, Cabinet Chief Secretary and Abe's right hand, Yoshihide Suga, was elected with a landslide victory. He will continue with Abenomics and will likely form another stimulus package later this year and support the Bank of Japan's efforts to reach their inflation target. The question now remains whether he calls a snap election to confirm his mandate, as PM Finance Minister Aso said yesterday that thought should be given to an early dissolution of parliament to avoid an election around the Tokyo Olympics next year. Equities. Asian stock markets are up again this morning on the back of Chinese data showing the economic recovery is still going strong. August industrial output and retail sales both beat expectations. MSCI's broadest index of Asia-Pacific shares outside Japan is up 1.1%. After a good run yesterday and last week, the Nikkei 225 was down 0.6% on the back of a stronger yen, which weighs on exporters. FI. We saw a broad-based modest rally in European fixed income by 1.3 BP across the maturities. Notably, the periphery bull flattened. ECB's PEP purchases have not picked up after summer and may not as long as the market-friendly environment persists. There was no specific reaction in the EU Supra and SSA space following the EU's decision to postpone the inaugural EU SURE syndication by around 1 month to mid-October. The Irish bonds continued to underperform peers, albeit only by 1 BP yesterday, as Brexit turmoil has picked up again. FX. USD weakened yesterday across the board, with EUR/USD moving higher towards 1.19 and USD CHF and USD JPY both moving lower. GBP strengthened against both USD and EUR without any obvious trigger amid still high Brexit uncertainty. Credit markets enjoyed a good run yesterday, with iTraxx cover tightening 8 BP to 318 BP and main going 1 BP tighter to 55 BP. Nordic macro and markets. Sweden. Two things on the agenda. Firstly, NIR releases an updated extra survey on how business turnover has been affected by the coronavirus. Secondly, SCB releases August unemployment data. We expect a small decline from 9.2% to 9.0% seasonally adjusted, as young people, of which many have been out of a job during summer, return to schools and universities. Norway. Norges Bank's regional network survey is normally the most important business cycle indicator in Norway, but the extreme changes in activity levels due to the pandemic, both the initial slide and the subsequent rebound, have made it much harder than usual to read leading indicators of this kind. For one thing, it is unclear whether firms are comparing the situation now with the recent period or with a more normal situation. For another, GDP is likely to grow 4.5% QQ in Q3, which is out of scope given the way the index is calculated. On this occasion, therefore, we will set greater store by the qualitative impression the report gives than by the quantitative information it contains. Subscribe our channel to receive the news as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. If you want to read real-time news, text messages to MT5 Expert Advisors page at https://m.me mt5.expert.advisors.